This is part 2 of the Mind, Body, Spirit series, where we'll be focusing on negative and positive tools. I'm sure you've heard many times, gotta stay positive. You've heard things like, you're being so negative, I can't be around this kind of negative energy. You've heard, you raise your vibration out of the darkness. They're all phrases coming from people who only know about duality. They don't know that there's more perspectives that everyone is capable of. That's okay, but it can cause a lot of fights and conflict, which in of itself is duality. We are dualistic by nature, but we are not meant to ignore one or the other. We are supposed to look at them together, and the extra that I'm talking about today, seeing beyond the duality of certain things, seeing more, expanding more. But to have healthy and happy lives, we have to at least include the two of the duality. Most popular one is feminine and masculine because we see duality scattered physically and also energetically. Physically, we see different kinds of body parts, and energetically, we hear about how people feel and their differences and the way that they act. And when one rejects one or the other and says they don't have that inside themselves, it means that part of them is wounded and they need to work on it. Whenever you hear the words divine masculine or divine feminine, I encourage you to write down what those mean to you and how those feel to you. Those look to you physically. Not what other people say, but how do you feel about that? The reason why we gave negative and positive the names, not because of good and bad, but because of location. Our energy is vibrating when we are feeling those emotions, when we're taking action with those emotions. What kind of beings are vibrating in those areas that can help you or already there? Part 8 will discuss the locations more. The negative type of energy location is going to be things like shadow work, boundaries, anything that we've neglected. It will appear emotionally as sadness, anger, triggers, feeling on edge, the feeling of taking things down so that you can rebuild later. This energy is kind of like a reflection energy. It's about not taking action, just reflecting and integrating and looking at how the things around you, which things you need to release. Releasing is the closest to the action. Positive energy. Positive is about taking action. Be about building things, starting new jobs, dreaming of new opportunities, all the things that you've reflected on into action. As you can see, ignoring one or the other and not working with them together is going to be complicated.